Hello friends, in this video I will talk about implementation of a fast gradient sign method which was introduced by Ian Goodfellow in 2015. So let's begin. But in the first part I will discuss little bit about theory, how basically it works as a mathematical equation, and then we let's see how we can implement it using a TensorFlow. And these days there is an API called CleverHands which was introduced by Nicholas Papernot, Nicholas Carlini, and Anwood Forowins. These all fellows created a tech library in which they have basically involved all these known attacks, so we can use them as a benchmark. I will show you how we can generate attack using API as well, and using normally using coding. So let's first discuss what is fast gradient sign method. Fast gradient sign method is basically a simple method. So in which what we will do is, in the original image we basically introduce or add the epsilon. What epsilon is going to do, epsilon will scale the noise, and this is basically the gradient, and this is the cost function, and we are taking a cost here with respect to x. So initially we will use the gradient of the model, and after that with the use of epsilon basically add the perturbation to the image in the x. So it will scale the basically I would say from one class to the another by adding perturbation. In untargeted method it could basically in this method the perturbation is added in the same direction as the gradient, not in a random wise, but the main here motive will be to increase the loss function. So let's see in the code here how we can see. Here we will see, initially we have basically imported TensorFlow MATLAB library for plotting, and here we have basically showed that figure should be 8 byte and grid. I'm not going to use or train particularly my own model. I have just used the train weights from MobileNet V2. Either you could use VG16 model. It's all dependent upon you. It's already in Keras application, so you can use that as well. And I'm using here weights of ImageNet classification, which consists of 1000 classes. So we are using the ImageNet classes, and from tf.keras.application we have call MobileNet V2 model, and basically we are using the pre-trained model weights, so we are not going to train, so no training. And in decode prediction we are here basically taking the labels of the ImageNet classes, all the labels. And in this part we have basically created a function in which we can resize the images into 2 to 4 into 2 to 4 by 2 to 4, because the images in ImageNet are of 2 to 4 of by 2 to 4 size. So basically we take the image and resize to the 2 to 4, and we process that image into the MobileNet V2. After that we have a return of image. Okay, then after that we can predict from which class this image belongs to. Here we can basically use the image from locally. We have to basically upload the image. So let's see, we are going to upload image from here. Okay, I am uploading that image so that we can see how I am giving the image path flamingo.jpg, which I have recently uploaded, and image.raw is basically read that file from that path and that image is decoded in the third part. So after pre-processing, which we have created a function here, the image is given to the model to predict from which class it belongs. So let's run this model, and we can see that this is a flamingo image, and the model has detected it with 99.07 confidence. So quite good, I would say excellent prediction. Now what we are going to do, as we have seen the fast gradient sign method, that loss object we are going to use here, loss is equal to categorical cross entropy, not binary, because not we are not interested in two classes. And after that we are creating a function create adversarial pattern, but we will give input image and input label to the model. And after tf dot gradient tab, gradient tab here is used because gradient tab is used whenever we are going to basically calculate more than one gradient. This is an efficient way to do, as we are in a tab, and we could ask it to watch what's our input image pixel, and after that we are going to prediction, what are the original prediction. After prediction we are creating the loss object, input label and prediction, and then again we are going to create gradient dot tape. Okay, gradient dot tape, and here we have loss, which we have recently created, and input image, and here we are getting the sign of the gradient so that we can move the image into the direction of a gun. So here is the b iter index. It is from the imaginary class. You can assign here any randomly, because this is an untargeted attack. After that we have here a one hot, basically I would say vector, in which we can compare our class with the 100 classes b iter and the image probability dot shape. And after that we are going to reshape our label. Basically let's run this, and here we can see that the perturbations are created. Okay, so now let's see, we are going to display our image here. Now what we are going to do, basically we are checking our image on a several epsilons and the effect of epsilon. Once we can see that at 0 epsilon there is no any change of class. Okay, at 0.001 it's a little bit perturbation, the confidence is even though increased. But when we see that we have a epsilon of 0.35, means when we have the slightly greater value, we can see that our class has totally changed. Okay, with less confidence, even 16.72 percentage. And if we have different epsilon, we have different class. Here we can zero in dragonfly, means the value, the classification or the image class is totally dependent upon the value of epsilon. What does epsilon does is change the pixels or move the specific uh, I would say the pixels or values from one class to the another to misclassify the model. And here we can see that how we can basically create using a library. We have to install the CleverHens library using pip install from the github git.http. We are giving here the website, and import CleverHens TensorFlow, and we can see that I have done all this because it will take 2 to 3 minutes. After installing, what we are going to do, or we are going to train here. What I have done, I have basically used the original model, created my own CNN model on which I have trained on MNIST dataset. So let's see, it's already trained with a 96.8 accuracy. Basically, the what we will do when we basically import the fast gradient method, it will, what we have to give is model, image, value of epsilon, norm, clip minimum, clip max, none, it's beyond the scope, and y is basically for the targeted class, means which class you want to be classified. If we are giving image of 1 and we want to model predict this is a 2, so what we are going to do here, write is a 2 and target it as a true, else it would be false. Okay, all these. And after importing from cleverance.featureTF import fast gradient, we have basically call our TF model from upward, and we are, what we are doing in this area is randomly selecting an image. We if I would, again, you can see that 1 and it is classified as 1. Okay, here epsilon is 1. We can see that with epsilon 1 the model is fooled completely. Okay, we have just call the fast gradient method from the cleverance and put all the uh, I would say values which are required to calculate, and we can see that here we have, if I would change the value from 2 to 3.5, we can see the different results or effects. Okay, it would unfortunately same, so it's totally, it's still same. So let's, okay, uh, what I wanna see here, what I wanna show you here is that how we are going to uh, fool a model to classify to a specific class. I want this to create 6, but it doesn't matter that every time the model predict it as a 6. It's basically dependent upon the values of epsilon. We need to change the values of epsilon until we get the different values, or I would say we can again see which value, which image we are getting. It's 9, so let's say we could, it's 4, and I would say that I want a 1, uh, 1 class. So let's see, either it's still not giving us 1, so we need to change the value of epsilon. uh, Still not, but hopefully when we vary the values of epsilon, we would get our targeted class as well. I have basically, let's suppose we could change the class to the 6, and let's see what happened. The concept behind this is basically we need to change the epsilon values to get our targeted value. So this is all about that, and here I have trained another method using the previous ImageNet using the cleverance library. All these are same, and what I am doing here is getting the same values and same method, just as till here is all same. Where in previous I have used created a image using and Python coding. Here I have just called the using fast gradient method using the cleverance. All these are same. We can see that we have created these images. So that's all about that.
Thank you for watching our video. Please subscribe our channel for latest and greatest videos on deep learning and other technological stuff. Thank you.